Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down the most profitable Amazon FBA niches that are crushing it right now in 2025. These aren't just some random ideas. I personally sold in these categories and made real money selling on all of these categories. And if you've been stuck wondering where to start or what categories to sell on, treat this video as a complete roadmap. And stick around because I'm going to be including a bonus niche that crushes it every single fall, literally right now. So guys, before we even start this video, one of the most important things, right, that I want to tell you guys is if you're sourcing, right, you're coming across a product and let's just say it's not in a niche that you've been looking for, or you did some reverse sourcing, right, you sourced somebody else's storefront and they're selling it, and maybe it's not in a niche that you're selling in, or maybe you've never sold in that category before. One of the biggest things as a beginner seller, it doesn't matter, right? Quarter four, there's going to be so much opportunities. Quarter three, quarter four, there's going to be so many opportunities of random listings that come up that sell thousands of times a month that can make you an extra, 1 to 2K profit with just one single listing. And a powerhouse category, it's going to be just collectible figures and teeny, like literally PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch games, popular plushies, a lot of giftable stuff, right? So kind of think to yourself, what would I gift to like a 16-year-old or 18-year-old or a 20-year-old? That's who we're trying to, those are the products that we're trying to sell, right? Next, another example of a holiday listing, but the biggest thing I want to focus on in this video is different holidays, right? Different niches are going to blow up in different holidays, right? So a good example of the Two Nice students were absolutely crushing it with this niche over here is back to school niche, right? Planners, organizers, label makers, markers, pencil pouches, highlighters, bulk supplies, all these listings that sold. Like, think about it. What would I buy when I would go back to school? So you have notebooks, you have pencils, you have books, you have literally everything, right? You have crayons, right? I know one of our mentees did over 10K in just 7 days with literally just books and crayons. Genuinely insane. So that's how we got to start thinking, right? We're not just going into random categories hoping it's going to sell. But this seasonal trend I was talking about, this seasonal trend crushes every single fall. Pumpkin spice, pumpkin coffee, pumpkin snacks, pumpkin candles, literally pumpkin everything, right? What these brands are going to do, they're going to have pumpkin versions of everything. They don't want to be missing out on the pumpkin profit, right? Everyone's in the holiday season. And guess what? 1 to 2 months later, pumpkin stuff is going to turn into Christmas stuff, holiday stuff, and it's going to be the same thing. So let's go to next. But before we're sourcing, right, as a beginner, right, my quick checklist that you can use literally every single time is going to be, is it lightweight and small, right? So you have lower fees. Unless it's super profitable, unless you're making over like $5, $7, $10 profit a unit, we want to go for lightweight and small stuff so we could send FBA shipments, right? Next thing, am I ungated or can I easily get ungated? Is it 100, 200 plus units, or is it something that only requires me to show 10 units, right? Because 10 units, we could get it from Target, we get it from Winers Ltd. So this is an example of our ungated dashboard, right? So let's just say I wanted to get ungated in Nutri-Grain, right? I would go to Winers Ltd over here, and this would be a distributor or supplier that would help us literally that would help us get an invoice, and Amazon would approve this invoice, right? So let's just say it's grocery, right? We want to get ungated for any of these things over here. Let's just say we find a Kit Kat. Let's just say we find a Kit Kat pumpkin spice. They have pumpkin spice. We would be able to buy it from here, and it doesn't have to actually be pumpkin spice, right? And this is an example of distributor or supplier that could get you ungated today. So I'm not just telling you guys how to get the products, right? I'm showing you guys where to get ungated for. Most people would be like, hey, buy this product, we're making $10 profit, but they know you can't get ungated, right? Next thing I want to talk about is the Halloween, because we're in Halloween right now, but you can use this same thing for literally every other brand, right? So when Reese's assorted milk chocolate peanut butter over here, right? As you can see, everyone is selling it for $9.90. It dipped down over here, but you can send this in FBA if you make it in time, right? With holiday stuff, you want to send it in 2 to 3 weeks before. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna FBA it at 9.94, because if we go over $10, then we're not gonna get the small item, like the small item fee. Amazon, like if we were to sell it, watch this. If we were to sell it for $9.94, we would make more money putting the product under $10 than we would do if it was over $10. Watch this. You see our profit's 5.6156, like product's 5.61, right? If I were to go 10.01, they would take like 30 more cents in fees. You kind of see what we just did there. It was 4.94. That was, yeah, we just added 50 cents in fees because it's a low ticket item, right? So what we can do over here, we could sell for 9.99. No one's FBA in this listing, right? No one's FBA in this listing over here. What we can do, Target selling it for 4.79 over here, 4.79. I mean, this is solid, right? 0.777, 16% ROI, but that doesn't meet our criteria. So what we can see over here, Target has this buy one, get one 50% off over here, right? Buy one, get one 50% off. So what we can do, we're getting 50% off over here. So we could just go, and then that's, you buy one and then you get another one 50% off. So that'd be 25% off over there. And that would put our ROI up to 54%, right? And it's $2 profit. $2 profit, but we're literally, it's selling 1K plus times a month, right? So next thing we would do, I'd go to Cardbear and I'd see if I could get a discounted gift card. 8% off at Target, 9%. So we'd go 5% off over here. And our ROI would be 65% ROI, $2.2 profit, right? And then let's just say we could easily sell about 100 units of this. 100 units, spend $479, sell it for $1,000, and we'd be profiting $220 just like that. This is a fast moving item too, right? You'd be able to sell this out in literally 3 to 4 days. But the only way we would do this is because we were early to this listing. Right? This was like 2 weeks, we were early to this listing, but we can apply this same thing to another niche. This is grocery. You're going to be able to sell it. You're going to be able to sell it pretty easily, right? Let's get an invoice for this, right? Let's go back to our ungating dashboard. Wayner's 30 LTD. Let's go to Reese's over here. There's no way they don't have Reese's. And this would get us ungated, right? And we could, even if they ask for 100 units, we could get this product. Wholesale Reese's peanut butter cups, right? So I just showed you exactly how to do it, right? I just showed you guys exactly how to take advantage of the seasonal item just like that. Now, let me show you guys an example of how you can incorporate this. And let me show you guys using actual data. And don't just take my word for it. Let's look at Keepa and let's see how these seasonal items perform. So we're gonna go to toys over here. Let's just search up toys, right? Because holiday season's coming up. A lot of people gifting toys. Think of how many little kids want toys for, holiday season. We're going to go over here. Let's just see toys, right? Okay, new on Amazon in past month. We don't want that. We want something that has data, right? Okay, Bluey hide and seek game, right? So it sells 9K plus times a one. It's Amazon's choice, right? It sells 8 to 9K a month, right? Let's look at the past year data and let's see how it performed last December, last November, and let me show you guys the difference. So we're going to do a year over here. As you can see, okay, so this listing wasn't posted in November. So we don't have data on the November, December, the most important parts. So I'm just gonna go to a different toy because this is consistent with literally every single toy. Okay, we can go to literally any toy. Let's go Fisher Price. We just need something that has data so we understand how much is sold last year. Okay, last one was 3K. Over here, perfect. Do you guys not see this? Let me sell ramp out of here. So as you can see right now, it's selling 10,000 times a month. It's selling 10,000 times September, right? Do you see this? If we go back to October, right? October 8th, this is the same thing. It's sold 8K times a month, right? So as we're going up to November holiday season, right? It goes up from 10 to 20. This listing is selling 20,000 times a month. That's 10,000. So if we can predict this, right, we can understand, okay, understanding our data, this is not just me guessing. I'm analyzing data. I'm saying, okay, in 1 to 2 months, this listing is going to sell literally 10,000 more times than it already does right now. And I can prepare just by looking at this data and understanding, okay, if I just get 2 to 3 to 4 of these listings that already sell in the holidays, I could hit my first 10, 20K on Amazon. That's how you guys should be thinking. And it's like, okay, and I understand using our 2 Nice Profits dashboard, I can understand. I can go to Wayner's LTD. If we go to another category, we can go to toys, go to Barbie, EE distribution. This is another distributor. So as you guys can tell, I'm not gatekeeping anything. Like I'm actually like this, and they will get you ungated for literally any brand that you want. 10 units, 100, it doesn't matter. And it's worth it because you're going to be able to sell thousands of these products every single day, even as a beginner seller. All right, guys, it's pretty much the end of the video. Hopefully you guys got tons of value from this video. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, see how we could start or scale your Amazon business, click the link in my description to book a one-on-one demo call to see how we could help start or scale your Amazon business. Without further ado, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.